Is this crazy? Or is this crazy cool? So who buys a boat like this over something like a traditional sedan style sports cruiser? It's not going to be for everyone, but I don't think it's trying to be for everyone. This, in my observation, is an extension of someone's lifestyle. It's an extension of you. You're making or creating a bit of a statement. And I think that's the idea behind this boat today. So what is this boat? This is the Invictus TT420. So you've already seen me test one of their smaller models, and I'll tell you what, there's a few of them in Australia right now. So they are coming in here in some pretty decent numbers. So I know there's a bunch of you out there who are going to value something like this. So in this video, we're going to talk about who are those people who might be best suited to owning a boat like this, and who perhaps would not be suited to something like this. So let's get cracking. Dan Jones is my name. G'day, you're watching Dan's Boat Life. Welcome, I hope you're having a good one. And subscribe if you haven't already. We will start at the back and make our way to the front of the boat. At the end of this video, we will be going for a drive. So if you're really interested and you want to come for a drive with us, you're welcome, and that's going to be a separate video. So let's try and get all of this in shot. Can you see everything from where you are there, Dave? Because just when you look at this boat from the drone, it really is quite a beautiful thing. And when we came in here just half an hour ago, we were setting up the anchor, there were some kids, must be, I don't know, they were just all fishing from the dock. They're in their school uniform, so it must be lunchtime. They all started cheering, and they were all just giving us the high fives and the thumbs up. That's the feeling. You do feel pretty special on this thing. But just look at the design, because this is the idea of an Invictus. They really are creating an extension of your personality, your lifestyle, by really focusing on the design in every little detail. And I'm going to try and point that out as best as I can. Here we have the fixed swim platform on the back of this boat. You do have an option for a drop-down platform. I'm going to make an argument that perhaps that's not going to be of super high importance to a lot of you, because I feel that many of you are moving in the direction of electrified water toys. I'm seeing a lot of people on foiling surfboards, the electric ones, and also with the wingdingers. And why not? Because it's a lot of fun. I tried it for the first time myself in Mallorca the other day. And in here we have a really awesome garage that would fit a bunch of those boards, their wings, and all your other toys. You could do inflatable stand-up paddle boards as well. So if you're the sort of person who wants to create sick days, I mean like amazing days in places like this, you have a platform for facilitating all of that, and you could store all your toys in here. This just goes up electrically, an electric worm drive, and you have a big garage. Underneath that, we then have another hatch, which gives us over-the-top access to the engines, and we can also access them in another way. But just have a look at the quality is something you're going to notice as we walk around this boat, because it is everywhere. It's attention to detail with that typical Italian flair. We have a proper 1, 2, 3, 4 step swim ladder. I'm just going to drop this in the water. Okay. So just look at the design of that. You're not going to hurt your toes with these big teak steps here, and you've got grab handles so people of all ages can get in and out of the water with ease. This just lifts out and stores in the garage when not in use. And if you look behind me here, these poles, they're carbon fiber, so they weigh nothing. You could just lift them up with one hand. They've also got their own storage areas inside the garage, and it's just a one-person job really. Obviously easy if you've got two, but bolt rope track, I think it was a bolt rope track, and a couple of fittings on the trailing edge of the T-top, and then these two fixtures here, and you've got shade. You could drive at moderate speed with this still up if you want to keep people back here protected. The sun lounge. Before we get to the sun lounge, you want to store your fenders. If you are using fenders, I suspect a lot of you are going to have pro fender on a boat like this on your dock, but this looks like an ideal place to chuck some lines, maybe a fender or two, and you do have dedicated fender storage in the middle of the boat, but that's just there should you need it. You've got your shower, so behind these beautiful stainless steel caps there, that's once again the details. They're not doing plastic jobs on this one. You've got your shower just there and your shore power plug-in on starboard. And then the beginning of these courtesy lights, which go all the way around the decks and are going to bathe the decks in soft light of an evening. So it's going to totally change the vibe. But just look at some of these stainless details as we make our way around. Everything is just super cool. It's just super, super cool. So coming on in, let's try and get all of this into shot, Dave, and the sun's at a funny angle, so hopefully it's not creating too many streaks on the camera. I'll go over here so you can see. But the idea behind a style of boat like this is to take it out on days like today. If you want to move lunch from your nice, beautiful waterfront house to one of our beautiful locations, as we have here, many of here in Sydney Harbour, that's the idea. So you want tables, you want seats that face each other, and you want cooking facilities. So we have that. These just pull out here. I like that they flip in and out like that, because if you're sitting in the middle and you need to go to the loo, you can do this and you can still get up and move around, so you have options. And then the tables will open all the way like that. So just picture that. You could probably get comfortably 4 people on each side. That's 8 people sitting down for a really nice lunch, which you can prepare on board the boat or go and pick up from one of the many waterfront restaurants and cafes we've got around the place. So options are many. We also, we actually put the covers on and took them off and timed ourselves, because I know that's going to be a question that many of you are going to ask. How long does something like this take to set up and pack down? I'll show some more of that in detail in the test drive video, but 4 minutes is the answer. It took 4 minutes, so it's not a difficult boat to set up for the day. So come around here and just try and get all this into shot, Dave, because these table legs go up and down, so we can actually turn this into another big day bed. There's some cushions downstairs. You just manually drop these down to that level there, and this whole area is permanently in the shade. Now, I like the fact that we have an exceptional solid carbon fiber T-top on this one. So for our country, we don't need to overdo it with the sunshine, and the design and the construction of this thing is epic. I'm just going to point something out. Can you hear that? This is carbon fiber. This is the structure holding up everything above me, and it looks, kind of gives you the aeroplane wing sort of vibe, but the sun protection comes, it increases the beam as we get over the center or the heart of the boat. So everybody around this table here is going to be protected from sun and a little bit of rain protection as well, should that occur. So that's awesome. Underway and at rest, everybody's protected, and also forward, which we'll get to in a sec. But just have a look at the details of the strip lighting and some of these downlights. Isn't it funky? Like, I've never seen a downlight of that style on any boat I've ever tested. And there's many examples of that as we make our way around the Invictus. Like when we look at the upholstery here and these little straps with the stainless steel finishes, it's just unique to Invictus, and I like it, because if you're that sort of person, I suspect you will too. So this is the fender storage that I was talking about before. So you can actually get custom Invictus fenders if you choose, or you can just go for your own style if you wish as well. I suspect many people are going to have their own docks, and they'll just pro fender along the side just to keep their life a little bit easier, because if you were hanging a fender, you're probably going to be tying it on here, but you're going to have to pay attention to have some sort of protection over the paint and the teak here. It's not a problem. You can just get lines that have that, but it's just another thing to factor in. Your cleats, they do have rope protectors, so that's not a problem, but if you needed to position a fender in a position that wasn't at your midships or your aft cleats, you just have to factor that in. So come on into the middle of the boat. So that's your social area. You've got the sun lounge aft, you've got the midship tables, which can turn into the sun lounge, and this is our food prep station, so to speak. I'll start with starboard. Just look at this sink, how cool this is. Come in and can you see that all right there, Dave? This just moves, and it's a bit of a cutting board, but the base of the sink is it's like this waterfall style, which is super bougie, and then the tap itself pops up. Just all these little funky details. I love it. So that's kind of cool. And then underneath here, we have an ice maker just there. We have a decent fridge just in here. That's quite a large fridge, that one. And then there's another fridge downstairs. So you're not going to be struggling for cooling capacity on this boat. Just here is actually, this is going to be unique for Aussies because we've got the electric cooker. We are running a gen set, so we have that as an option. But many Aussies like their Barbies, and we've just discussed the possibility of doing custom Barbie setups. I have seen that on other Mediterranean style day boats before, and I reckon whoever buys this boat, if you are your typical classic Aussie who loves to Barbie, there could be some solutions to doing a really funky custom Barbie setup either here or out the back of the boat. I have seen this on other Australian med day boats, and they customized their own Barbies, because if you're doing some stakes or some snags here, look at this upholstery. It's right there. And there's more upholstery right here. So if you've got oil going everywhere, if you've done like chorizo, for example, and you've just got the red oil going all over the place, I don't think that's ideal with the upholstery just there. So I would rather be doing my Barbie setup out here or out the back there, and then to have this as an option, for doing other cooking should you need. So anyway, just think that one through. We have lots of storage here, and it's quite a unique solution. So these are equal size on either side, so perfect for all the boat's covers. So you can whip the covers off, fold them, put them in here. But see these Perspex doors, they actually pull off. So if you had large items, I don't know, life raft or something like that, you could actually put it in there, and if you need to access it, the whole door will come off. We also have the same here in the middle. Decent storage. I would actually utilize that for a bin. Seems logical to me. Same again, same size, just here on the starboard side. So you can't miss the grab handles. I mentioned them before. If you were tying fenders, they're all the way forward and aft. So it's not the sort of boat that has any inherent instability. It sits pretty flat. As you can see, we have some waves coming in off the main harbour. It's a big, stable, low centre of gravity platform. That's because the carbon fibre up here is not adding too much weight aloft, so our inherent centre of gravity is quite low, so the thing doesn't want to bounce around too much. So just coming to this part of the boat, this is a style of boat that makes you feel really special when you're at the helm. And it's probably because you're open. It's very striking. This particular colour, it's something blue they call it. It's super cool, and it almost changes when you pass a green background and then you get in front of some of these yellowy buildings. It glistens, and as it moves past the sun, it changes, and it does attract a lot of attention. So you feel like a bit of a king. I'm not going to lie, but the driving position itself is very good. Look, my visibility all the way around. I do have a hindrance with these two pillars here, but because it's open on the sides, all I have to do is pop out like that if that was an issue. The throttle itself is at hand. The wheel is stitched and beautiful. Look at all this. That's custom stuff just there. That's adjustable. Your engine start, ignitions, start, stop just there. VHF, we've got two large flat screen Garmin's almost framed with this dash design just here. That's super bougie, and this color matches here, and then that carries over to the armrest as well. It's clearly been done by an Italian. And then all of your boat systems just in here, including something that's really cool. I don't know if I've got Stuart power on. Oh, it's on, yes. So, can you see that? This is a great solution for our part of the world. So lots of boats do big sunroofs that open and close, and they might be glass sunroofs. That's just more sun and heat that we maybe don't need. But this, it's knocking the UV out, but it's sucking air in. I had it open before, and Standing just at this position at the helm, it was just filling my shirt with nice cool air. So on a hot day, go away seagull, when you might have a little bit of a heat load building up just in this part of the boat, it just sucks it all out. So everybody on these 3 chairs is going to be comfortable. So I think that's very, very clever. And if it was raining, you could even just close it just a little tiny bit to this position. See that? I'm still going to get air sucking in, but I'm going to knock out most of the water. So I think that's cool. I think I've covered everything there. We've got the VHF, do have some charging on the phones. Now these seats are incredible. So I'm just going to operate one first. You actually pull it up like that, and then that allows you to go down. They're all stitched leather and a mixture of materials. In terms of the comfort factor, they are pretty good. And even this one here has got facility for short Dan. And see how it's even teaked? See how nice that is? And the armrests on both sides. So I'll do this one. So we have a drink holder just here. You're not going to put a tinny with a cooler with this size drink holder, but you do have storage for your wallets, your phones, and it's even got a little charging point just in there to keep your phones topped up. And same again on this side. So everyone can put their phones in there, have them on charge, and they're even drained, these little lockers in here. Compass forward. Pay attention to the stainless on either side. Obviously that's going to be part structural but part beautiful as well. I think we should head to the bow. Just so you know, this whole part of the deck here, it's all on the one level, and then you go up one step to go to the bow, because that's allowing for a little bit more volume downstairs, which is amazing. We'll go there in a second, but come on forward. So once again, we're going to see some more unique to Invictus features. Just have a look at the sound system on this bow of the boat, because it's it's just so cool. It's just fun. You know, when some designers, they put so much thought into how they're putting something together that us as the user, it just becomes a bit of fun. This is what I feel with these stereos that are mounted up here on the bow. We've got 3 drink holders, and this is, okay. You think it's all here, like this is, you think, yeah, great, sun lounge, done, that's nice. But they haven't ended there with Invictus, because how cool is this, girls? The girls are gonna love this. Just imagine cruising along or coming to a place like this. This is very comfortable, quite bougie, and I think we can even play with the design if we want. So it is your own custom little love chair, sun chair, whatever you want to call it, with a shower up the front in its beautiful stainless holding. That's cool. I think that is a really sensible, clever use of space, and for the style of person that's going to be attracted to a boat like this, they're going to love that. That's really, really good idea. So a couple of cleats up the front with the rope protectors as well, but you do need to see the anchoring setup on this boat. It's quite simple. It's literally just point the camera down here. It's just gravity feed. So there's not really much to jam or go wrong with this one, because the angle that it's been mounted on just allows the bow roller to drop the anchor down steady. We've already tested it. You have the option to operate it up here in the bow or do it from the helm. And it wasn't a problem. So that was cool. Now the other thing, some people are going to love this and some people won't, but the style of this bow, once again, it's a statement, and I'll have to use my drone shots for this. We have this a stainless steel logo on the very front of the boat, which really sort of sets the boat apart from literally everything else. Whilst we're here, let's get up and just have a look at the top of this roof, because it's a bit of a work of art. I think I was looking at it before. I think it's 2 pieces of carbon. So we've got that structural bit that I was tapping before. It looks like there's another piece sort of on top, and what they've done, they've painted this. So you know how, like, if any of you have got sailing yachts and you see the fresh carbon when they just clear coat it, like I've got a bowsprit which is just clear coated fresh carbon, that peels off in the sunshine, so that's not very good after about 2 years. But with the paint finish like this, you're not going to have that problem. So that's a lot better for a climate like ours, so that makes sense. We've got our navigation lights here and here. in matte black finish. We've got a matte black anchor light on the mast with the horn, and the VHF aerials all matched in black, so they haven't cheaped out anywhere. And our teak gunnels are also going all the way around the boat, and perfectly fine for doing backflips, because that's what you're going to do on a nice hot day on a boat like this. Come on. I think that's everything. Let's go down and check out the cabin. So come on down. It's just a sliding companionway. You've got the latch here to stop it from closing on your toes underway. And then we have some offset stairs. So it's just a good, sensible use of space. Come on down. First things first, Big Mike in the comments, you're 6'7". You keep asking me, include tall guys. Well, this is 1 foot. So I'm 5'7". You just have enough headroom here. You're going to lose a little bit as we get up that step. So 6'7", okay. But come on, just welcome into this. This is multifunctional, and it's got some cool factor about it. So right now it's in saloon mode. We have this strip lighting up here. We've got the beautiful curtains, the mirror, funky, unique downlights, and all these cool cushions. So it's a great place for people to come down and just get out of the sun. This boat has generator and air conditioning, so all year round. We have opening port lights on either side, and we've got windows as well to look out onto the water from a lower position, which would be when you are in bed, because this, what you're looking at right now, is also a double bed. It actually closes together and creates an island bed, which is really good use of space, and would be a legit cabin should you need it to be. So underneath me, actually I'll just quickly show you. This is how you lock the beds together. This thing comes out, see that? So that's there in storage mode, and then it locks in, so they're not going anywhere. So I'll just keep the thing moving. I won't put it back right now. Underneath me, okay, so we have some batteries. Bow thruster and bow thruster battery is underneath me here. The boat's house batteries are just underneath me here, but I'll focus here. So just go over there, Dave, and get this into shot. We've got this little table here, air conditioning outlet, pumping air forward, nice latches, leather finish just there. Couple of shelves in there, but this is our second fridge. So this one is actually a fridge freezer. This is a big isotherm. This is a lot bigger than a lot of the standard fridges you'd see me test on the day boats, and a proper 1, 2, 3, 4 shelf freezer on that side. So that's pretty cool. Behind the upholstery, I think it's just more leather. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's just going to be more leather finishing. But come this way and look back. So we'll go into the other cabin first, and then I'll get to the loo. So that's the stairs. See how you can see through, so it has a feeling of extra space by just doing the stainless steel support there and the see-through stairs. Underneath the floor here, so we've just got the sump pumps from all the grey water in the loo and the shower, and then the bilge. So you've got manual and electric bilge just underneath me here. This is a nice place to put things with a leather finish over the top, and each single bed here has actually got storage underneath. So you could use it to store extra items, but you're not going to need to, because you've got these big storage bins here. That's perfect for a soft duffel bag. So if you're going out for an evening, the soft duffel bag could go in there, but then you've got hanging just in here. So you can put a couple of jackets and shirts and things in there with ease, and then your phones and your bits and pieces have got their own little, give me the camera, I'll just show you guys up a bit closer. You've got your own little place to put your things just there, and you can see the curtain. I'll show you the other side. You have window, you can probably see that side a little bit easier, opening window there and fixed. So yes, we have air conditioning, but we can also get crossflow ventilation through here as well. And if you did want a little bit of privacy, well, you've got that too with this curtain, which just stows over here. So that's all very neat and pretty cool. Yes, you've got to duck down, but you have to on all of these boats, and this one is actually pretty good. Some of the other ones in this size category, you do have to duck down a lot more. But check out this toilet. There's a couple of cool things going on here. So you step over a little ledge. So this area is going to be dedicated wet, and no water is going to make its way into the main part of the boat. But just look, where's the loo? Aren't we supposed to be able to go to the toilet here somewhere? It actually took me about 15 seconds to work this out. It's actually hidden away. I love this. Italians always trying to find the most beautiful solution to every problem. It's just hidden away. But even the supports for this are beautiful stainless. So that's cool. You don't need to look at the loo when you don't want to. And just have a look at this basin just here, all nicely finished. Bit of storage down light here. The loo roll holder and cleaning gear would store in down below there. I think this is a fixed mirror. Yeah, that looks like a fixed mirror for sure. And your light switches are just above. But we have a proper, just come and get this into shot. I'm going to close the door. This shower, once again, Big Mike, this is 6'7" high for sure, and a decent amount of space with the adjustable hot and cold shower head just there, and like quite a bit of volume. But I just love having a separate shower on a boat like this. That's just a huge benefit to many of you. So let's go from here and have a look at the engines. So come and look at this, guys, because this is a very clever electrical switch panel. So to explain, your battery switches, port, starboard, service, bow thruster are all here, on. If you want to check the health of your batteries, they're all numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see what you have and what you're using, and you can just switch from battery to battery. So we have the 12 volt side on the right, and we have the 240 side on the left, and then we have our tank gauges over on the far right just there. We have the whiz-bang stereo, we've got the climber, probably means climate, meaning air conditioning, and the Jenny. So let me just fire up the Jenny. Okay, give that a second to start. Maybe I have to hold down. Okay, let's just do that. Boom. All right, so now, can you see these buttons that are lit up here? Rather than having a gazillion buttons that nobody understands, they have quite cleverly put it into zones. So for your typical day boater who may not be an expert boater, they've just split it up into cockpit 12 volt, lower deck 12 volt, water system 12 volt, bang, bang, bang. I freaking love that. That is so clever. And once again, over here on the 240 side, we've just got battery chargers 240, appliances 240, lower deck, AC and stability, meaning gyro. Fantastic. And then we've got power available and power being used, and that'll obviously come on when I do ship, because I'm probably on shore. But anyway, you get the idea. I think this is just very clever, simple solutions to what is a common problem for many of you, because boats switch panels can be overly complex, which is fine if you're a lifelong boater, but if you're just a social day boater, like many of you are probably going to be on something like this, then why overcomplicate things? So come on back. We've got the Jenny running, but you can have a listen to it, because this is your engine bay. It's all sound insulated, and you're probably not going to ever come down here because you're going to have a mechanic who's going to look after this for you. But here it is. It's the D6440 Volvo Pentas through the stern drive, fully insulated. I want you to pay attention to the insulation that we have here. The Jenny is over there on port, which we're turning off right now. And then your access into this is via two methods. You can use this overhead hatch, perfect for mechanics, but we also have a deck hatch forward midships in between the two lunch tables, where you just go down a little ladder and then you're into a crawl space for any daily checks. So that's a simple layout, plenty of space for people to do what they need to do, and obviously the overhead access makes it a lot more simple. So, who is this boat good for and who is it not good for? Well, I suspect, you know those people when you walk into their house and you immediately get the vibe, I better take my shoes off. It's those people with their life fully sorted, a beautiful scene around them. There's probably some pictures up on the wall of their last family holiday to Portofino. It's people trying to create exquisite experiences that are memorable and just having great days. They've probably got teenage kids, not young kids, I suspect, and just want to create epic fun days in a wonderful environment. And they don't care about the rainy, miserable, I want to go out in all conditions type boating, because they're not that type of person, I suspect. So who is it not suitable for? The knockabout boaters. If you are your traditional, I need a boat that can handle every condition and pull up to any wharf and do all this sort of stuff, well, this is probably not the boat for you. You know, just look at the paint job. just look at the upholstery. Yeah, if that's not your style of boating, then go and buy a Riviera Maritimo, because the Invictus is a unique vessel for a unique person, and I think that is the point. So anyway, guys, if you find this boat interesting, we're going for a drive and you're invited. That's a separate video. Click on the link which is coming up on the screen right now. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this content. Give us a like, hit the bell notification. I post every Friday and Monday. So if you're into boats, I would love to have you along with us. My name's Dan Jones. You've been watching Dan's Boat Life. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.